Hello friends, my name is Viren Singh. Today I am going to discuss balances in bioprocess engineering. Okay, so this is a general bioprocess reaction, that is reactant plus O2. It converts into biomass and product plus CO2 and H2O. Okay, so what the balances means? Balance means input must be equal to the output. Okay, input must be equal to the output. This is the balance in bioprocess engineering. Okay, so let's see what kind of balances in bioprocess industry. Okay, first kind of balance is elemental balance. Okay, elemental balance also known as stoichiometry. Stoichiometry. The second one is electron balance. Okay, second one is electron balance, and the third one is mass balance, and fourth one is energy balance. Okay, so these are the balances which we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay, let's see one by one. So let's discuss first topic, that is elemental balance. Okay, elemental balance is also known as stoichiometry. Okay, so first discuss what is elemental balance. Elemental balance is to balance all the elements from reactant side to the product side. Okay, so this is the reactant side and this is product side. Okay, so all the elements, mainly there are four elements, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Okay, so you have to balance all these elements from reactant side to product side. What is the balance? Balance is input equal to output. This is the balance. Okay, so you have to equate the number of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen from input side to output side. Okay, so what is stoichiometry? Is quantitative relationship between reactants and growth, okay, and product. How reactant is related to growth and how reactant related to product quantitatively, this is known as stoichiometry. Okay, this is the general bioprocess equation. Okay, in which general bioprocess equation, cell requires a carbon source, oxygen source and a nitrogen source. Okay, so these sources are used by the cells and converted in biomass into carbon dioxide, into water and into product. Okay, so these are the basic elements of any compound, where carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen are the major components of any compound. Okay, there is the chemical formula of carbon source. Okay, here W, X, Y and Z is the numbers of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen respectively. Here small a is the number of moles of oxygen required. Here small b is the number of moles of nitrogen source required. Here small c is the number of moles of biomass formed. Okay, D is the moles of carbon dioxide produced, E is the moles of H2O produced and F, small f, is the mole of product formed. Let's consider product is not formed here. So there are four major elements: carbon, hydrogen and oxygen and nitrogen in any organic compounds. Okay, so let's do the elemental balance. Okay, so let's balance the carbon balance. What is the balance? I told you earlier, input equal to output. Okay, this is the balance. Okay, so just do these things. What is the input of carbon? That is only W. Okay, what is the output? That is small c, c mole of carbon, and here carbon then plus D. Okay, this is the carbon balance. Okay, similarly do for the hydrogen balance. Okay, here hydrogen X, here B into G. Okay, equal to, this is the input. What is the output? C alpha C into alpha, C mole and alpha number, that is C alpha, and here plus 2 is the number and E. Okay. For the oxygen balance, just do the similar process. Here for O, Y is here is 2A, here plus BH. Okay, this is the input. What is the output? Output is C beta plus 2D plus E. Okay, this is the balancing equation of oxygen. Okay, so what is the elemental balance for nitrogen? Okay, what is the input? Here Z, here plus B into I. This is the input. Okay, what is the output? C into delta. Okay, so this is the elemental balance. This is the elemental balance equation for carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. You can see there are 5 elements, that is A, B, C, D, E. Okay, these 5 are unknowns. Okay, these are the moles of C is the mole of biomass formed, D is the CO2, E is H2O, A is O2 and B is moles of nitrogen source. Okay, so as a mathematical principles, you know that to solve the 5 unknowns, 5 equations, you have to solve 5 equations. Okay, so there are 4 equations formed. So one equation comes from the respiratory quotient. Okay, that is RQ. Okay, respiratory quotient. What is the value of respiratory quotient? Moles of CO2 produced, okay, and moles of O2 consumed. This is the RQ. Okay, respiratory quotient. So you have 5 equations: equation number 1, equation number 2, equation number 3, equation number 4, and here equation number 5. Okay, so from these stoichiometry equation, what is the value of RQ? This is D and this is A, D by A. Okay, so with the help of these 5 equations, you can solve these 5 parameters. Okay, let's discuss new topic, that is electron balance. Why the electron balance is required? Electron balance is required for the calculation of O2 requirement. Okay, to calculate the degree of reduction, that is denoted by gamma. Okay, so what is electron balance? How many electrons available from the substance which goes to oxygen in the combustion of substance for the conversion into biomass, carbon dioxide and water. Okay, it is calculated from the valency of various elements. Like elements, you already read this. Some important elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, okay, phosphorus, sulfur. What is the valency of carbon? That is 4 plus 4. Hydrogen plus 1. What is the valency of oxygen? Minus 2. What is the valency of nitrogen? That is minus 3. It may be 0, it may be 5. Okay, what is the valency of phosphorus? Plus 5. Valency of sulfur? Plus 6. Here is a special case of nitrogen. When nitrogen is present in the form of ammonia, then the valency is minus 3. When nitrogen is present in form of nitrogen diatomic form, that this valency of nitrogen is 0. And when it is present in nitrate form with oxygen, okay, then the valency of nitrogen is plus 5. Okay, these are the some valencies. You can calculate the degree of reduction or available electrons, okay, with the help of these valencies. For the bioprocess substrate, okay, that is bioprocess substrate formula CW, HX, OY and Z. Okay, this is the formula of substrate. Okay, I told you earlier. What is the available electron? Okay, electron must be C, that is 4W, 4 into W, 4 is the valency, 4W plus what is the valency of H? 1, and number 1 into X, okay, minus what is the valency of oxygen, that is minus 2 into Y, plus calculation of valency of nitrogen. Okay, you have to see this phenomena, like when NH3 as a substrate, then valency must be minus 3, when nitrate as a substrate, then valency must be 5. But when there is nothing is given in question, then you have to choose minus 3 as a default. Okay, minus 3 as a default. Okay, minus 3Z. This is the available electrons of substrate. You can calculate available electrons for products as well. So let's see what is the degree of reduction. Degree of reduction is related to the number of available electrons in the substrate. Okay, so degree of reduction is defined as number of available electrons in the material per gram of carbon atom. Okay, you can see the formula of degree of reduction, that is available electron divided by number of carbon atom. Okay, so here is the simple bioprocess equation. As I told you earlier, substrate, the chemical formula of substrate is CWHXOY and then Z. Here is the chemical formula of biomass and product. This is the available electron formula of substrate. This is for the biomass, that is 4 for carbon, 1 plus alpha, that is for hydrogen, minus 2 beta, and 3 minus 3 delta. I consider, I assume NH3 is the default source for nitrogen. Okay, here for product, this is the available electron. Okay, so what is the degree of reduction for substrate, that is gamma S, available electron divided by carbon, number of carbon atom. Okay, number of carbon atom in substrate is only W. Okay, for the biomass, same formula. This is the available electron in biomass. Okay, and this is the number of carbon atom, here only C. For the product, degree of reduction, gamma P is equal to available electron divided by number of carbon atom, that is J into F. Okay, this is the total number of carbon atom. Okay, when you cross multiply this number of carbon atom into degree of reduction, then it also denotes the total number of electron. Okay, the total number of electron in substrate, that is W into gamma S. Total number of electron in biomass, C into gamma X. Number of electron in product is gamma P into F into J. Okay, so these are the formulas for degree of reduction of calculation of for the substrate, for the biomass, and for the product. Okay, theoretical oxygen demand is the oxygen required for the substrate to conversion into biomass and product. Okay, so what is the available electron for the substrate? That is W into gamma S, that is the degree of reduction of substrate into carbon atom. For the oxygen, minus 4 into A. Okay, for the biomass, C into gamma X, and for the product, F into J into gamma P. Okay, so how here minus 4A, that is minus 2 into A. Minus 2 is the valency of oxygen, and 2 is the number of oxygen, and A is the mole of oxygen. Okay, so oxygen is the limiting substrate for any biological processes. Okay, electron available is directly related to the oxygen required. Okay, so from electron balance equation, you can see what is the equation, that is input equal to output. Okay, by rearranging this equation, you can solve for the A value. Okay, so A is the value, that is mole of O2 required. Okay, A is the mole of O2 required. A is equal to 1 by 4 into W into gamma S minus C into gamma X minus F into J into gamma P. Okay, this is the oxygen required when product is also formed. Okay, when product is not formed, then this available electron for the product must be 0. Okay, then formula can be written as A equal to 1 by 4 into W into gamma S minus C into gamma X. This is the formula, very important formula for the calculating the theoretical oxygen demand. Okay, let's discuss yield. Yield is the production of any material per gram of substrate consumed. Okay, so yield can be expressed in terms of three factors, that is biomass yield, product yield or ATP yield. Biomass yield is calculated as gram of cell produced per gram of cell consumed. Okay, or you can say change in the biomass concentration divided by change in the substrate concentration. Product is also calculated as gram of product formed divided by gram of substrate consumed. Okay, or you can say change in the product concentration divided by change in the substrate concentration. Okay, ATP yield is denoted by YATPS, is calculated as number of ATP formed divided by gram of substrate consumed, or you can say change in the ATP concentration divided by change in the substrate concentration. Okay, biomass yield and product yield is also calculated as with the help of this formula, that is C is the mole of biomass formed and F is the mole of product formed. Okay, C into molecular weight of biomass and to molecular weight of substrate. Okay, and for the product yield, F into molecular weight of product divided by molecular weight of substrate. Okay, so this is how you can calculate the yield. Let's discuss maximum possible yield. Okay, maximum possible yield of biomass and maximum possible yield of product, that is C max. Okay, C max is the maximum possible yield of biomass and F max is maximum possible yield of product. Maximum possible yield is occurs when all electrons available in the substrate is either transferred to the biomass or either transferred to the product only. Okay, when it is transferred to biomass only, then maximum biomass yield is occurs. Okay, that is denoted by C max, and when all electrons available to only product, then maximum product yield is occurs. Okay, so you can see from electron balance equation. Okay, when electrons available in substrate is only goes for the biomass, then this factor must be 0 and this factor must be 0. Then you can equate only the W into gamma S equal to C into gamma X. Okay, then C must be C max, and C max is calculated with the help of this formula, that is W into gamma S divided by gamma X. This is known as biomass maximum yield. Okay, similarly in biomass product yield, all the electrons available only for the product. Okay, then this factor must be 0 and this factor is available. Okay, so you can equate this and you can calculate F max. F max is equal to W into gamma S divided by J into gamma P. This is the maximum product yield. Okay, so with the help of these formulas, you can calculate maximum biomass yield or maximum product yield.